Put a hole in it.
When I came home, I decided to surprise my whole family. I couldn't even put it into words, the joy that I felt when I got to see my brother and my sister. But actually getting out of the military, coming back, and what it's still like today is very, 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 very tough.
There are about 45,000 men and women returning to New York City in the near future from the wars, be it Afghanistan, Iraq, or other parts of the world. And so that's a big reentry.
2.5 million men and women served in uniform in Iraq or Afghanistan or in support of those wars since 9/11. In these coming years, already more than 1.5 million of them have transitioned into the civilian world.
We're talking to a young enlisted person in the military, and he says something like, I have more anxiety about going to a job interview than I would going back to Afghanistan.
You're not the same person when you come back. The help that I wanted and need still aren't the help that I'm getting.
The government has incentives in terms of the cities and the states, but people don't always know about it. The government needs to work on when somebody is no longer deployed. The military, we would like to have be much more in contact with the local government. Wherever people are returning, there needs to be a better contact system. And that, to be honest with you, does not exist in a seamless way right now.
I went to the VA. I've talked to them. I don't know where to go, and there's no one reaching out to me. No one at all. I really don't know who to turn to.
I think the government has a solemn promise and responsibility to do everything that they possibly can. The private sector, though, has a huge position here. And that is that businesses and business leaders must step up and hire the veterans.
Even though many employers have pledged jobs to veterans, there remains a bit of a skills gap. As veterans are seeking employment in the new knowledge economy, more needs to be done to get them ready.
So I applied to Chester County Prison. It took me about 7 months to hear from them. Their HR rep for the prison didn't understand my application. I just didn't know how to fill out an application right because it's been forever since I filled out an application. I just spent 4 years in the military. We don't fill out applications.
The unemployment level among veterans is higher than the national average. The suicide level is high. When we are exposed to something, the question is, are we going to do something about it? Or are we going to be irresponsible and turn our back? I think if the American people had the kind of awareness and understanding of this issue, it's not that they don't want to have empathy. They just don't understand. They have not been exposed to it.
The Big Screen Store's Veterans Day event starts now.
Unfortunately, Veterans Day in America has turned into a holiday weekend and a mattress sale. I've stopped asking myself as a business leader and someone who runs a large corporation in America, what Washington is going to be able to do for our company, the communities we serve, or our people.
The war in Afghanistan has been the longest war in our history. For a 25-year-old today, that war began when they were 12 years old.
These young men and women have served so honorably, and we have a solemn obligation and responsibility to bring them home in a way that, in a sense, does as much for them as they have done for us.
That's very, very sad. That you rely on us whenever it's convenient for you. But when it's convenient for us, it's just kind of like we're not even looked at anymore.
The men and women who have served and are serving don't make policy. They're the ones who bravely, nobly volunteer to protect the rest of us.